Hey, 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 it is the 15th of December. This is BloomCast episode 36. It's our final episode of 2020. And I actually can't believe that it is episode number 36. Like when we started doing this back in April, the guys and I were just talking about how, let's try it out for a few weeks or a few months, and if no one shows up, then whatever, it doesn't really matter, right? Because yeah, not a big deal. But for some reason, we continue to do it. We're now nearly 40 episodes in, and by next year we're probably gonna be nearly 100 episodes in. It's gonna be pretty funny that it just came out of nowhere. This was like just a weekly Bitcoin meetup that we kind of turned into the live stream that you're watching now. But anyway, yeah, we're super grateful that people are watching. I can see that there's a whole bunch of people already in the chat. Hello, everyone. I see some of our winners from last week. Babylin, I see you there. Regimar has won a couple of times, I think. Hello, guys. Good evening. Welcome to the stream. My name is Luis. I'm one of the founders of BloomX. You're watching the BloomCast. Let me introduce my panelists for this final episode. Justin David by that freaking dip. COO Bloom Solutions. Ramon Tayag is not going to turn on his video, I don't think, but he's going to give it a shot this week. Mon, are you still joining us from Tally?
Yes, okay. Still here. This is my last week for this year in Tally.
Nice. So your audio is actually coming in pretty clear, so that's pretty good.
Cool. Great.
Joining us from a little further away than Tally, Mark Vernon, Tag Cash and Tag Bond. Are you gonna show us around your new workstation, Mark, or is it pretty much the same as before?
No, same. No, what, the big curved screen?
Yeah,
I'll show you in a minute after you. Who else is coming?
Right.
Kookoo, no?
Okay, all right.
In a minute.
Then, and then Kookoo Crypto joining us again. Welcome back, Kookoo. He's going to tell us more about his adventures in. Sorry, is it Lunacia? I keep forgetting if it's Lunacia, whatever, Lunacia, something like that. Lunacia is gonna update us on what's been going on with AXS, SLP, and then, I guess what's the latest on the Sando gang. We've got two more guests that will be joining us a little bit later, just in a few more minutes. Gabby Dizon is going to be joining us. He's going to be telling us about his new startup, Yield Guild Games, YGG. They're also one of the co-sponsors of the show. And then we're also going to be joined by Paulo del Puerto of Moneybees and Paylance. They're also a co-sponsor of the show. So quick reminder to everyone in the chat, the rules are pretty simple. You have to leave at least one comment during the live stream in order to be eligible to win a prize. We've got a lot of prizes today. So Paxful is going to be sponsoring 4 winners, $50 each. And then Gabby is going to be sponsoring one mystery Axie. He hasn't told me exactly what the Axie is yet. Mark, are you going to be pitching in also? I don't actually know anything about the Axies that you guys are giving away.
I'm just going to give a chop suey Axie away.
Okay, all right. I still don't know exactly what that is, but okay. Thank you very much. Okay. We're also going to be sponsored by Paylance. They're going to give away 5,000 pesos directly in their Paylance wallet. So you have to sign up for Paylance in order to get it. But yeah, so we've got a lot of prizes today. This is probably our most number of prizes in a single episode. So I'm pretty happy about that. And we hope that you stick around for the rest of the show. Here's one thing that you need to know right up front. I'm not going to tell you exactly when we're going to start drawing those prizes. So you can't just wait until the end of the show before you show up. You have to be around sometime during the middle of the show, because we're going to definitely do some prize drawing at about maybe the 30 to 45 minute mark. So, just a quick little Oh, John Fernando was the winner from last week, right, Mark? That was the guy that you sent your chop suey Axie to. Cool. Okay. All right. So what's the rule here? I guess he can't win again, right? For that that would just
if he's won, I think the max is two times, right?
Yeah. Well, he's only won that one time. So if he wins again,
another Axie. 2 out of 3 that he needs.
It's pretty good. All right, so basically just won 2/3 of his team. That's a pretty good deal. Okay, so let's talk about what happened in 2020. So last episode, we did some bets again about what the Bitcoin price was gonna be. Justin, Ramon, what were your guys' bets? We're gonna do this for the last time this year, chat. But Justin, do you remember what your number was?
Yeah. I completely went the opposite this year, just to be the contrarian. So I said 1,000, but no, it seems like 20,000 is gonna elude us for this year, guys.
So you said 21. You said 21. You were an optimist. The only time you've ever given an optimistic bet.
Yeah.
Like it didn't work this time. Ramon was pretty close to the price. What is it now? 19.5. There you go. Of course, he remembers exactly what it was because it's pretty close. The current price right now is 19,260. Pretty close. Kookoo Crypto. Did you have a bet? You were in the chat last week, right? Did you list down what your bet was? What did you say?
Yeah, I think it's 19.3, but not sure.
Come on, I don't believe you. Mark Vernon, where were you at last week?
19.5, same as Ramon.
Oh, weird. So okay, yeah. So
Wow.
neither of you were optimists this time around.
No, I just figured Christmas time, nothing much going to happen. And last night was so close to 19.5.
Yeah, we were actually pretty close even until this morning, and then it started to lose momentum a little bit.
Yeah, buy on that freaking dip,
Yeah, I mean that's why Justin has changed his name to BTFD. Buy that freaking dip. I don't know what world we're living in now that your idea of a dip is $19,200, but I mean, I guess
the dip went down to what 17.5 or whatever, and 17.
Did we actually go? Did we go below 18?
Yeah.
I must have been done.
That's the dip, and you buy on that, and so maybe it'll go down again, and you get a chance to buy, and you know it's going to go up. Well, you're pretty sure it's going to go up.
So I think the ultimate dip will be from where we reached 19.8, 19.9 is where we
got really close. Yeah, we were within $100. Yeah.
If we get to 32% below that, so around 17, 16, like that.
That's a pretty big dip.
That's your dip, man.
Okay. All right. Wow. Okay. Okay. So I'm just gonna put this out there right now. We're not gonna have another BloomCast episode for 1 month. My target is to go back on the air in January 19th. That's the third Tuesday of January. So it's going to be about 4 or 5 weeks away. Do you guys still want to see if you can peg what the Bitcoin price is 4 or 5
21. It'll be 21K then, 21K.
So you're pretty confident that's going to be 21,000, Mark?
Yeah.
By early January.
Oh, yeah.
Justin, Ramon, it's going to be 4 or 5 weeks into the future.
What's the, what was the, what date? Say we're coming at?
19th.
January 19th. January 19th. Well, it's just like, what? Does your chart tell you exactly what the price is going to be in 5 weeks' time?
Check it. I'm having a look. Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think we're still going to be around this, 20,000, 19.8, like that. Still at the...
people will be coming back from the break and then saying, okay, now we can put some effort in. And, it's going to be 50 to 100K next year, so at the end of next year. So it's going to start in January.
At some point. Well, I mean,
cool.
the last run-up started at the end of February. So the last run-up, we went down 32% on the January of 2017. So if it's going to be, if it's going to follow the same pattern, then
Yeah.
January is still where we are right now. So
You want to put a
Ramon
bet on
Tayag.
it? You want to put a bet on it?
I'll put a chop suey.
Axie.
Axie.
Ah, fuck. Are we gonna be betting with Axies now? Jesus.
Not on TV.
Ra-
Not on TV.
Yeah.
What is the
Ramon
question?
Tayag. Ramon Tayag. January 19th. The first episode of BloomCast for 2021. What do you think the Bitcoin price is gonna be? That is 5 weeks away.
$23,000.
Whoa!
Ooh, damn. Okay, all right. Ramon is gonna be, I'm pretty sure, the highest of all of us. Kookoo Crypto, January 19th, 2021, 7 p.m.
20,200.
20,200. I'm gonna be somewhere between you and Ramon. I'm gonna be at 21,000.
Yeah, same as me.
Just because I don't quite believe that we're gonna like just zoom into a new price level, but I do think that there's gonna be enough excitement right after the holidays are over to kind of push us a little bit further. And actually, some of our news items this episode, we're gonna be talking about what those things might be that will drive it. Let's look at what the chat is saying. So Zlong, 20,000. I've got like some pretty insane ones here. So Ahmed is saying $30,000. That's kind of a long shot, no? Like for us to go plus 50% in 5 weeks. That feels like a long shot. On the other hand, we did do that in 2017 in about 5 weeks. But like, I don't know, do you believe that we're going to go from 20 to 30?
It's interesting in 2017. Every single candle was higher than the last, right? From January all the way. Starting and closing. In January was the lowest candle. So if we're looking at the lowest point from January 2017 to the highest point in December 2017, it was it was 2,500% gain.
Nice. Wow. Okay.
So
yeah.
what does that look like
Hey.
from
Now? From now,
2,500?
we would be at $60,000. We would be at $60,000 to $65,000 in order to kind of do something similar to what you're saying. That's kind of a big difference. Let's look at. Hey, Kookoo, before I forget, you've got some people asking what happened to the Sando. This is the first time we've seen you live where your where your shoulders are not exposed. And I feel like, is this your Christmas attire? Is this your parang your formal Christmas attire? Is that what's going on?
Yes. I want to be remembered as wearing white during Christmas Eve.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. That's nice. I'm into that. So maybe in January, can we expect you to be back in the Sando?
Oh yes. Well, someone sent me a sando, a merchandise.
Okay. Nice. Okay. Is it official Binance gear or who is
Yes.
it? Who? Nice. Okay. Holy shit, really? So they were serious about the Sando?
Yeah.
That's fun. Okay, so Tag Cash needs to get one of these. Tag Cash needs to get like a Tag Cash sandal. Bloom needs to
You've
get
only
a
got
Bloom
the
sandal.
boring polo shirt, so.
Yeah, us too. Bloom has only ever produced the polo shirts.
And besides, Binance has got lots of money to waste on that sort of thing. So.
Well, I mean, next year, Mark. I mean, if we hit $50,000-$60,000 in per Bitcoin, you might have a little bit of
That's
spending
me
money
personally,
also.
not the business,
Okay, fine. All right. Okay. So let's talk about 2020. So last week we did the first half of our 2020 year in review. So we talked about the first 6 to 7 months of 2020. We talked about all of the weird things that happened then. I mean, that was kind of like the rise of stuff like the lockdown started, and then the whole what do you call it? The whole DeFi thing started. All of these things were kind of part of that first half. I don't know if if Mon, are you still there? You wanna just do
I'm still
quick,
here.
do you want to just do a quick one about MicroStrategy, because
Okay.
just to kind of refresh everyone's memory about what MicroStrategy first did and kind of where it's at right now.
Yeah. I don't know if this is what you're referring to, but they issued debt, right? So they're
Mm-hmm.
basically borrowing money to the tune of another like $500 million or so
Here you go.
to
Here
buy
you go.
more.
It's this one. It's this one.
Yeah,
650
okay, there
actually.
you go. So right, it's more, and they want to buy more Bitcoin. It looks like they're able to get at a rate of like less than 1%, right? So that means per year they're going to be paying $6.5 million only. So even if like Bitcoin goes down, their income of $30 million a year can cover this,
Yep.
and that's net, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, they have little to no debt.
Yep.
If you guys want to know more information, you could search for Andy Edstrom's recent podcast with In What Bitcoin Did. He explained, because
Nice.
he's the one that actually called this. Like when he learned about MicroStrategy, he looked at their balance sheet and he's like, these guys can even borrow, can borrow and buy more Bitcoin.
Okay.
I heard only
So
one
sing-
guy. There was only
Yeah,
one guy.
yeah. Just
One
a
guy
quick,
took the whole-
quick context on the whole MicroStrategy thing. No, so they're a big public company. They originally made a big splash in August because they bought, $450 million worth of Bitcoin, and they announced it publicly. But now, what they're doing, what Mon was telling you about just now, they're doubling down. They're more than doubling down on that bet. In fact, they're actually borrowing money in order to buy more Bitcoin. Like that, that's kind of the strategy, and it's not a micro strategy anymore. It's kind of a very macro strategy, because they believe that the US dollar is just going to get weaker and weaker relative to Bitcoin. I think that's a pretty accurate way to say that.
And although Andy Edstrom called this for MicroStrategy, Pierre Rochard wrote an article, and I hadn't read it. I just learned that he did recently about a speculative attack on the US dollar, similar to what Soros did with the pound.
Wow.
Because when rates get so low, then you'll be able to borrow at rates so cheap that you can buy other hard assets with that stuff, and that'll further devalue. If enough people do that, that'll devalue that currency enough.
Right.
When
Right.
Max Kaiser was calling it a 51% attack on the US dollar.
On the US dollar. Nice. That's pretty funny. There was one other big announcement from last week, actually. So parang it wasn't just MicroStrategy who's been making these large investments into Bitcoin. A company called Mass Mutual bought $100 million worth of Bitcoin. So what's really interesting about Mass Mutual is that they're an insurance company, and they're a very old insurance company. So I'll just read from here. Mass Mutual, also known as the Massachusetts Mutual Life Insurance Company, is a life insurance provider servicing 5 million clients. It was founded in 1851, and it has a revenue of about $30 billion.
Civil War.
Yes, before cars. So it's actually quite interesting to see such a large, old company make such a large bet on Bitcoin. And I expect that over the next few months, we're going to continue to see news like this, because it has such a big effect on, like, for one thing, suddenly we're talking about them, right? I'm not sure if a Filipino podcast would ever have talked about a Boston, Massachusetts-based insurance provider if they hadn't made such a large bet in Bitcoin. I think that's kind of what's really interesting about this. We'd never even heard about MicroStrategy until a few months ago, and they're apparently a big deal, but they just weren't relevant to us until very recently. So kind of this is an interesting way for these companies to get their names in the press, and they're going to continue doing that, I think, because people won't stop talking about it, I think. I'm gonna take this opportunity to just welcome Gabby Dizon. Thank you for joining us, Gabby. You just turned off your microphone as I was introducing you. I hope you're still there. Gabby is joining us representing YGG, and your microphone's slightly noisy. Are you at home? Okay. All right.
Sorry, fixing internet issues.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so anyway, yeah, so we'll give Gabby an opportunity to tell us about his new startup. It's super relevant to the Axie Infinity and blockchain gaming crowd, and also I guess the NFT crowd just in general. No, so definitely get him to talk about that a little bit later. Let's see. Who is in the chat? Do we have some Paxful people in the chat right now? So I see a lot of names from our... Jeez, just some weird questions in the chat right now. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, how old are you, Lewis?
I'm not going to answer that question. That's weird. Why do you want to know?
He's under 50.
Yes, I'm definitely under 50. Okay. Okay. So we've got a few people here from Paxful. Just making sure that that we've got some folks here from the Paxful community because Paxful is a big sponsor for this episode. There you go. April from Paxful is here also. Great. Thank you, April. Guys, you need to be nice to April because she is the one who's going to be handing out your Bitcoin. If you get your name called during the raffle. So there you go. Gabby, how's your internet connection now? Are you going to be able to tell us a little bit about what you've been doing?
Yep. Can you hear me fine?
Yes. Tell me, so we've got like an entire segment later about the gaming space. But how about you just tell me what you've been busy with over the last couple of months? You went a little quiet on me recently. I know that you've been super busy launching something special.
Yeah, so when we last talked, it was actually about bringing in people into Axie Infinity and then having them earn money via SLP or Small Love Potion. And there's been a lot of Filipinos that have been essentially earning money via playing the game and then earning SLP, cashing that out to pesos, and then realizing that they could actually make more money playing this game than whatever jobs they had, if they had a job during COVID. So this was something that was very eye-opening and very inspiring for me to see what kind of change, what kind of impact this game could actually have in people's lives via crypto. Yeah, so this is something that we wanted to do full-time and really scale it up so that it could potentially impact millions of people around the world. So this week, we just announced the new startup. It's called Yield Guild, or YGG. It's basically a crypto network that lends out NFTs to people to get them to play games like Axie and earn crypto basically.
Nice. Okay, so later on in the episode, YGG is gonna do a quick raffle. And Gabby, you're just gonna have to explain exactly what it is you're raffling because I'm not really sure I'm gonna do it justice. But so YGG is one of the sponsors for the show. Before we started this episode, Justin was telling me about his little parang community project regarding Axie Infinity. Justin, you want to tell us a little bit about that? Because I think that's kind of relevant to what Gabby just said.
Yung sabong ba yan?
Yeah, it's the digital sabong.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. That's exactly how I was trying to describe it to these people at the start. It's like a sabong. And initially just helping them out, actually just really trying to get them to learn more about it on their own. Kookoo is explaining a little bit more about the mechanics of trying to create these sort of teams. But the funny thing, they basically just learned really. It's funny when you when you capitalize somebody, how enabled they are to just try and learn everything on their own. And that's basically what I did. Just gave a bit of beef and told them that get started. And the funny thing is, Axie Infinity was a gateway towards them learning about all the mechanics of Ethereum. How initially they said, I can buy a little bit less than 3 Axies, and then the next day it's like, I can buy 3 all of a sudden, and then all of a sudden they're speaking about pulling triggers because they're waiting for the gas fees to go down. And it's funny, all within about, I never explained anything about the mechanics of how Ethereum works, but because of the game, it was almost a way to just learn how it works. And so it's promising.
So Justin has been, what he's done is he's sponsoring a couple of players right now to basically get started with their Axie Infinity gaming careers. And I think all you've done is just you've given them the ether to get started, but like you've not actually taught them how to play the game. I assume that you're not an expert in Axie Infinity yourself, right?
I'm actually learning as they go as well. So I just pointed them towards the Facebook group and Kookoo's channel, and just learning as they go as well.
So I was telling Justin, Gabby, earlier before the episode, I was telling him that this sounds like a direct competitor to Axie Academy. At least it's like his own little personal Axie Academy, no? Is that like does that sound like it's similar? Parang ganun din yung mechanics niya, di ba?
Well, in Axie Infinity, there's this concept called the scholarship program, and the scholarship program is basically someone leasing out Axies to people who cannot afford to pay for them, and then they play, they earn SLP, and then they do a revenue share. So definitely, see, the Axie Academy is like one of these like very good scholarship programs. But what we've seen so far is that the demand is actually so big that even the people who are running scholarship programs, they kind of work together to make sure that, for example, no one is doing multi-accounting or that. But yeah, there's just basically a lot more demand for people who want to play and earn money than there are, I would say, competent managers to help these people.
So do you think that so Justin, do you think that's gonna be a side career for you? You're gonna be a team manager for an esports group. It sounds like that's where you're going now.
I'll be like an Atong Am in about 2 years. Is that the idea? I'll have my own arena here in
nice.
MOA.
Nice. And, maybe a slightly smaller arena, a slightly smaller one. Meron bang virtual arena sa Lunation?
Golden Sandos or something like that. That's my team banner.
That's a good team name.
Meron ng Sando Scholarship Group. I'm sorry, that name is taken.
Okay, so you can't use Sando at all? Okay, wow.
They trademarked it.
Silang lahat habang naglalaro.
How about that? How about is there a chinelas gang?
Pwede rin. Sure, yeah, just do whatever. Yeah. So I think but so, like whatever, just describe the attire. Whatever the required attire is, just do that. Okay.
No, it's really interesting. Yeah, it's really interesting.
How are you deciding who to? Are you just reaching out to the players, like to the participants directly, Justin, or are you?
With anything like this, working with communities, you start with just the person you trust the most, and you let them figure out how to manage that. Because what I suspect is that they will, if there's anything about a Filipino, they'll find a way where. Magaling to finding ways ang these communities. So as soon as they see the opportunity and that the opportunity is being sponsored, funded for them, they should be able to quickly figure out what they need to do to scale, and that's what I'm banking on. That I'm just doing this minimal effort and guidance, and then eventually, so I haven't even figured out, if anything, how rev share is going to be. Get to that bridge when
what is there a standard industry rate now for rev share, Gabs? Like, are you seeing any kind of standard rates for this stuff?
So we're seeing something like maybe 65 to 70% going to the player or the farmer.
Okay.
And then the rest basically going to the management group. So what we're doing at YGG, and I can talk about this a little more later, is more of parang a scaled up scholarship program that uses smart contracts. So basically, the manager, or what we call the scholarship manager, they recruit and train the players, the same as you're doing, but they don't have to keep track of the spreadsheets themselves. They don't have to buy and breed the Axies. We actually do all of that within the guild. And then within our Discord server, there is just a number of basically there's a Discord bot that does the management of the Axies, gives them out to the players, gives them the QR code, and also the rev share in SLP is also done via smart contract, executed via one transaction. So for the manager, instead of them parang doing a lot of the back end work themselves, this is abstracted away by our technology, which allows us to work with different scholarship managers. And Kookoo is actually one of them. He has his own stable of
Nice.
scholars. And so they're more focused on teaching their scholars how to get better at the game and to earn more SLP.
Right.
Gabs,
Yung
give me
ownership, sorry.
yeah, go ahead, Justin. Go ahead.
Just quickly, Gabs, yung ownership ng Axies, like who has ownership of that?
So the guild owns the Axies. We actually
The
breed
guild
them
owns-
ourselves,
right,
so
okay.
that for the scholarship manager working with us, they don't have upfront costs. They're really working on their community to make sure that they're recruiting, they're training, and they are earning more SLP.
Right. Kumbaga, if this was a farm, the tractor is yours, no? And then the
Spoken like a true haciendero. Okay.
don't make it come out like that. I'm just trying to frame it. Yeah. Watch
Nice,
out for the
nice,
Chinela
nice.
scam 2021 coming at you.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's great. We want to look forward to that. Gabs, give me a sense of the. I'm trying to see kasi if I can get a sense of the complexity of Axie, I guess, as a game.
Okay.
Like, is it like Hearthstone? Is it like Magic the Gathering? Is it less complicated than that? Like, where are you at in terms of how complicated it actually is?
I would say somewhere between a Hearthstone to Magic. It's parang card-based tactics game. You need 3 axes, and each one has different traits. So my stats yung axis. So there's like health, for example. There's speed, and then each one of us one of 4 different traits that have basically card moves on them, and then you play those card moves per round, and then you also get a number of energy per round. So it kind of plays like a
Okay.
card game. And I would say that the game is incredibly deep. So just because you have the best cards doesn't mean you actually get a decent win rate. You actually really have to understand how the battle systems works, and that's why it's actually managed to be one of those few games that are kind of easy to learn but difficult to master. Actually, it's a little
Nice.
bit on the difficult part to learn, difficult to master, but that means that the game is incredibly deep. There's a rich
Okay.
esport scene. So parang there's like a farmer tier where people are just playing SLP to earn SLP, and there's a very competitive tier for people who get into the top 100. So para every 2 weeks there's a new season that lasts for a couple of weeks, and then the top 100 actually gets rewards. And then there's a parang burgeoning esports tournament scene coming up. So actually, apart from our farming crew, we also have an elite esports team at YGG.
Wow. Oh my God. Okay. That's gonna be pretty. Are you? I know. Do you think that we'll ever get to the point where you'll actually have like a live event, like I know, like the international or something like that, or?
Well, si Kookoo mag-host na, di ba?
I mean, I guess it would have to be, Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. I mean, I'm really thrilled that like this stuff is. I guess it's just like against all odds. It feels like it's really taking hold, no? Because I think that we've been watching blockchain gaming space for at least 3 or 4 years now. And parang, why does it feel like this was the only one that's really taken hold? Or is it just because I'm not super familiar?
Well, I think games kasi in general maybe take like 2 years to produce to become good. So even though the ones that came out earlier, like for example CryptoKitties, there was exactly one mechanic, only breeding. So
Right.
you could bang it out in a month or a week, but there's not much, I would say, more
There's
depth
no
to it.
depth. Yeah.
And some
Yeah,
people
yeah.
are creating like full MMOs, which take 3 to 5 years, so they're not really not out yet. What the Axie team has done is that they came out with something. Actually, at the start was very basic, but had that addictive hook. And then every year they're basically able to layer more features on it, that it's retained its value, retained its depth. And yeah, so now there's actually a lot of depth to the game, and the people who
Nice.
have invested early, they have done really well.
Nice. Okay. Wow. Yeah. All right. I continue to be really impressed and fascinated by, like, parang it almost feels like it shouldn't work because they have to worry about things like, blockchain technology is notoriously finicky to build on top of. And then on top of that, it's very, very hard to build a game with an economy, right? I mean, you know this, like you've been working in this industry for decades. And so parang those two things in combination feel very difficult already. And then you put them together and now it's exponentially harder. So I just find that to be parang very, Kookoo just like,
Busy ko.
okay, I guess it's that kind of night. It's that kind of night. I'm gonna say thank you to Kookoo for turning off his camera before he changed his shirt.
Yun.
Okay, so again, let's take a quick break, guys, because I need to do the sponsorship raffle. But Kookoo, thank you for that nice transition. So speaking of sexy, let's do the Paxful sponsored raffle for tonight. So Paxful has been a big supporter and sponsor of the BloomCast since we started. April Albero's in the chat, and she's a great friend of the show. And certainly Bloom has done a lot of business, a lot of trades over the last year on the Paxful.com website. So if you don't know what Paxful is, this is a marketplace, an international marketplace where you can trade peso for Bitcoin and USDT, so Tether. You can make a small business out of trading Bitcoin here, buying and selling cryptocurrency in exchange for pesos. So this is a great website for anyone who is looking for a side gig but is not a gamer. Maybe if you're not like a Axie kind of person, then you can just make some money while you're home using Paxful.com. So we thank them very much for their sponsorship. I'm gonna go right into the raffle now, and we're gonna call a couple of names out. So April told me that I need to give 4 prizes. I'm just gonna share my screen now. Here we go. Chrome tab. I already have 113 names in the chat, 114 names in the chat. Okay, so I'm gonna start the draw now. So same rules as before, guys. Like if you have won twice, you can't win again. But like there seems to be 150 people in the chat watching us right now, so I think we're okay. I don't think we're gonna get any doubles. So here we go. Drawing our first winner now. Brian Ledesma has what? Has he won more than once? I feel like the one time. This is the one time, no? I'm pretty sure he's won twice now, right? Okay, so Brian Ledesma, if you've won more than twice, please be honest and tell us in the chat. I'm just gonna keep drawing muna. We've got 3 more names anyway, so I'm just gonna wait for you to let me know. But I can't. But it feels like you've won twice now. Anyway, here we go. Drawing again.
Oh, he said once lang daw.
Bongbong Clemente. Okay, all right. So sige. So Bri Ledesma, Bongbong Clemente. Those are our 2 winners. Thanks for. By the way, guys, this is medyo honesty system now because, like, to be perfectly frank, the BloomCast is not capable of keeping track of every single winner that we've awarded because apparently we're not very good at it. So we've got 2 winners so far, Bongbong and Bri Ledesma. I'm now going to draw my. I'm just gonna write that down really quick. Bongbong Clemente, Bri Ledesma. Okay, and then drawing my 3rd. Here we go. Oh, Manel Claridad, definitely a Paxful community member. Manel, congratulations. Also, thank you for being such a great customer of Bloom on Paxful. You've been great to work with. So congratulations. She is our 3rd winner. Okay, one last one now. Here we go. Winner number 4. Mark Angelo. So definitely a first-time winner. I don't think I recognize this name. Congratulations, Kookoo. Is this one of your Sando guys?
Yeah.
Nice. There you go, Sandogang for the win. So congratulations to our four winners. So this is what's gonna happen. You are going to find April in the chat, and you're gonna just DM her or just comment, and then she'll help you get your prize. Okay. This will happen at the end of the show. And also don't forget to be nice to her because she's got your money. So cool. Okay, let's go get back to where we were. There's something wrong with my camera. I seem to be dropping in and out there. Strange. Okay. Anyway, share a screen again. Kookoo, tell us a little bit about what's been happening from your perspective with the community. So when you started 2020, you were not into Axie Infinity yet, right? This was just something. When did you discover it?
From Peter Ng, his post from one of his, blockchain space group, and then read about it, and then started, watching some videos. Unfortunately, there's no available videos in YouTube that can help you or guide you at that time. So I just, bought my Axie in the marketplace. We call it chop suey. Bought two Axie, and then bought 2,000 SLP to breed those Axies. That's the first time I encountered the Uniswap platform. That's August 29.
Wow, that is not even 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Okay. Huh,
And
that's
then-
pretty cool.
And what was the cutoff for the uni token, Kookoo?
September 1.
You
Wow.
were like 1 day before. Nice timing. That's pretty good timing, dude.
And I posted it in the group. I mean,
That's like 120,000 peso decision.
Yeah. Right. It's
I
pretty
asked for some
amazing.
help. I asked for some guidance from the Philippines channel and Discord. Then they're so very helpful to the newbies, assisting them what to buy and then what teams to build. And then I started buying my two teams, one for PvP and one for PvE. I mean for adventure and for the PvP game. So
Yeah.
and that's actually an excuse for me to tell my wife that we should buy two teams because one for her and one for me.
Nice. Good strategy. Good strategy. So JB is in the chat is saying stop the uni airdrop story bitter here. Yeah, I mean, dude, you know what? So I actually did try to get that, take advantage of that Uniswap airdrop, but I just couldn't make it work for some reason. Like I was just not, or I didn't work hard enough to make it work. So I wasn't able to do the one trade that was necessary to get that airdrop. So I feel kind of bad about it. But oh well, that's crypto life for you. Kookoo, before we forget, you need to answer this question. Danzel is asking how many reps you're doing on your bicep exercise. What is your daily regimen?
My daily regimen right now: play 10 games to win five matches in the daily quest in Axie. That's
Okay.
how you do your bicep. You slide on your mobile phone the cards. So
Wow. Okay, it's
that's a workout.
it's not as intense as I was expecting, but okay. Sige. Gabby Dizon, you and I were really into the whole fitness thing this year. Are you still doing any of that stuff now?
Yeah, still doing maybe 3-4 times a week. So it's slowed down somewhat, but still trying to maintain a good pace and try to keep fit while at home.
Yeah. So I think that so this is like and I'm being completely serious here, guys. Like if you're gonna spend a lot of time playing blockchain games, you should spend at least 30 minutes a day. Just just walk, just get a little bit of exercise. I mean, I'm not gonna be the one to tell you not to, focus on what you love and you're passionate about. You of course focus on it, but just having a little bit of variety. Sometimes you need to force yourself. Justin David has been a big fitness guy for most of his life. What's your regimen these days, Justin?
Well, you know what, guys? During the lockdown, just getting outside and running is what helped a lot.
Have you
just
been
from
running
the-
away from the checkpoints? Is that what you're doing?
At one point at the start, when it was crazy, I felt like East Berlin,
Yeah.
running from checkpoint to checkpoint. But yeah, no, that's kind of continued for me. So just running around Ayala Triangle. If anybody ever wants to join at 6 a.m. in the morning.
Maybe not.
Just going in circles.
It's a bit early. It's a bit early. Mark Vernon, are you still doing any fitness stuff over there?
I was doing swimming every day, but in the sea, but it's getting a bit colder here, so I am going to get a multi-gym so I can do stuff and maybe a kick bag, boxing
Nice.
bag.
So, we're coming to the end of the year, and this is usually when people start doing those New Year's resolutions that they're going to stay fit in 2021, right? So, so it's just interesting to talk about it. And we're not going to have a chance to talk about it anymore because after this episode, I mean, we're not going to be back until mid-January. So I think I'm kind of similar to you. I'm just trying to just get out as much as I can. And like, I'm actually living in a surf town right now. The ocean is a little bit too choppy to actually swim. I still have yet to put my feet on an actual surfboard. I need to figure out how to actually do that.
Or try a boogie board. Boogie board is much easier. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
The surfers will treat you like they'll call you a shark biscuit or various other detriments. But you get 10 times as many rides.
I have no idea what that means. Okay.
They ride over the top of you.
I like this comment. The biggest scam is the New Year's resolution. Yeah, I like that one. That's kind of true, actually. That's kind of true. Ramon Tayag, if you're still there, are you doing any fitness things still on a regular basis?
Yeah, I've as I've gotten older, I realized that resistance training or weights is really more important than cardio only. Before that was what I'd focus on.
Yeah.
So I do it at home.
Agree.
If you have kids, use them as weights. They're gonna love it. That's my advice.
Good advice for
Shit.
someone here.
Shit,
But not,
Luis, you gotta.
I don't know where I was trying to go with that joke, but okay. Okay, so you're using your kid as weights. Are you? So it's mostly just it's all body weight fitness for you.
Yeah, body weight. But you can go pretty far. I mean, you search for like body weight training on YouTube, and you'll see some guys who are so ripped, and for certain moves they take like 2-3 years to get there. So there's a lot to graduate to and to look forward to.
Yeah. No, I mean I totally agree. Like, I'm a big fan of the whole calisthenics body weight fitness thing.
Yeah.
And it helps because I'm too lazy to go to a gym, right? And you don't need equipment for it. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. You have no excuse, right? It's like you can't say that it's raining or whatever. Like
Yeah. Rio is saying he's just gonna take pictures at the gym. That's his New Year thing. Okay, all right. Well,
that's your New Year resolution. Oh.
Yeah. At least set foot in the gym. The thing is, I don't even know if gyms are gonna be open in January. Like, we're already kind of, like it feels weird to try to go to a gym right now. But anyway, okay. So let's get back to the show. I just wanted to kind of do a little bit of a segue there, because this is it's like I don't actually know how I was gonna transition this.
Yeah. I thought I'm not disappointed that you remembered to put this in.
Yes, so this is very, very important, guys. And every time there is any news about pornography and cryptocurrency, you know that the BloomCast is going to be talking about it at least once. So as of yesterday, Pornhub is only accepting cryptocurrencies as payments because Visa and MasterCard have stopped accepting payments on their behalf. So this has already been starting for about a couple of years now, no? Because Pornhub already couldn't accept PayPal. But now even direct payments through the credit card companies themselves have actually started to block Pornhub.
It doesn't accept SpankChain. Then why does SpankChain exist?
Yeah, that's a good question. There's a whole bunch of cryptocurrencies that should be on this list that are not there, but for some reason, um, I mean, well, Nem and I mean XMR. Sure, I get all of the privacy coins, XMR, Dash, those ones. But like even Ethereum Classic, for God's sake, like really, who's paying with Ethereum Classic right now?
Well,
Or
maybe
Waves?
the intersection of people who have ETC and go to Pornhub is very high.
Yeah.
Possibly, possibly. Yeah, yeah.
I bet you they're just using some payment processor where they just check like what cryptocurrencies they want to accept, right?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. There's a payment processor who's pretty popular amongst these kind of parang these are the term for this is high risk industry, no, which is kind of this very euphemistic word for it. There's nothing really risky about porn. It's just but that's how the U.S. government likes to categorize it. So one of those payment gateways is called coin payments. They're basically like the more underground version of BitPay. And I would bet, without looking at it, I would bet that Pornhub is using something like coin payments to
The dodgier version of BitPay.
yeah, the slightly dodgier version of BitPay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So this is big news to anyone who actually wants to get a premium Pornhub account. I don't know if you've got some spare XMR there, Justin, that you haven't like you've been sitting on for a while, or some Tron. Does anyone here hold Tron? I wouldn't mind, like liquidating that, I guess. Anyway, that was all. You just did.
BSV is excluded.
Someone keeps asking what your favorite genre is, Luis.
Oh my
Ahmed.
god. Sci-fi.
Sci-fi, of course.
Sci-fi, of course. I mean, he's just
Okay.
talking movies, right? He's talking movies. Of course, it's
Sci-fi porn. That's a new genre.
Not a new genre. Oh,
That's
anyway.
not that new. Not that new.
Not that new.
But I'm
You
not-
know, Luis. That you know. Right?
I'm not gonna visit it on my browser. I'm pretty sure it's blocked. Wait, we did this episode already, guys. We know
Yeah.
that it's blocked.
Yeah, it's sort of
Yeah,
blocked.
yeah. We can't actually do this. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Anyway, so that's it. That was my only weird news for today. I just wanted to remind everyone of this article. I thought that this was kind of one of the most important NFT parang milestones for this year because it was such a big change in the way that people were thinking about NFTs, about just kind of this whole part of the industry, no? Because like what this article did was it basically established a link between the working class average Filipino and this really, really exotic, at the time, it was very exotic, kind of NFT space. And it was still pretty young. I guess it's still pretty young even now. So I just wanted to kind of give a shout out to Leah, who wrote this article. And like, parang it actually, whether or not we are fully aware of its impact, people will continue to look at this article over the next couple of years and know that there was this NFT game in the Philippines where people were genuinely, making a living from playing it. And it felt like a first, no? Because like we've definitely had lots and lots of games here that became very popular, but it was the first time where the money was actually coming in rather than going out.
My favorite part about this and with Axie is that it's actually a very rural and provincial phenomenon here in the Philippines. So for example, the Axie capital of the Philippines is in Cabanatuan sa Nueva Ecija. That's where some of the early Axie players are, some of the people who basically got rich from Axie, got the uni airdrop, kabili ng tricycle, nakabili ng kotse. I've talked to people who are basically in the far-flung places of Mindanao. Si Kookoo and his community are based in Cebu. A lot of people are OF playing from Dubai, Saudi, Abu Dhabi. So if you
Cyprus.
look at the typical gamers who may be upper middle class, upper class, can afford a nice PC, have a console at home, hindi actually sila yung the I guess early adopters of Axie Infinity in the Philippines. It was actually the people who saw the earning potential, didn't know anything about blockchain, were probably just at home playing League of Legends or
Yes.
or any game to pass away the time, or didn't have jobs, and now they're playing Axie. They're earning money for themselves and for their family. So yeah, it's really groundbreaking how this game, and I would say crypto underneath it, has really touched the lives of, at the very least, thousands of Filipinos.
Right. And Bloom looks forward to helping YGG and the Axie community continue to exchange their crypto for cash. Because I think that, the biggest challenge naman for anyone who is earning this stuff in token form is, how quickly can they actually turn it into groceries? How quickly can they turn it into, tuition fees for school, things like that. So Bloom has been pretty fortunate to be able to just help that flow be a little bit smoother, and more stuff to come in 2021 for sure. That's like Michael Vincent is reminding me of something. I think I said this last week. Nothing is more powerful than the sight of your friend earning money to
That's very
really
true.
really
That
get
is
you
very
into
true.
something, right?
I think people are skeptical at first. Scam ba yan? And then they see you cash out 20,000 pesos. And if you see the Facebook group about Axie Infinity, marami mga post na salamat Axie. Meron nakalatag yung cash na na-cash out nila. Merong nagpapakita ng cellphone na binili nila. May nagpakita pa ng date niya, paid for with Axie
Wow.
money. May iba pinapakita nila yung gatas na nabili nila para sa anak nila. So actually, it's actually very inspiring, and it's not that nagyayabang to mga tao to, but it's actually a form of inspiration that the people who've been kind of sticking to this game, learning how to use it, learning how to use underlying blockchain, they're actually able to make their families' lives better.
Right. So as far as I can tell, SLP and AXS are not currently supported by Pornhub yet for that account, but you can use it for most other things. If you want to sell it to Bloom, we'll turn it into pesos for you. So
But
yun lang, just
why
FYI.
why would Filipinos waste their money on that? They need groceries, right?
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, we've got a couple of people in the chat who are verifying that Pornhub is indeed blocked by PLDT. I don't know if they actually had to type it into their browser just to check, but okay, good that you guys know.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we're actually coming up towards the second half of the show now. If you, Gabby, I wanted to do a few minutes with you about Yield Guild games, kasi, but like I guess specifically, where do you want people to go right now? Like the people who are viewing this stream, is there some place that they can go right now to get, to find out more about what you guys are doing?
Okay, so I guess if you don't have the Discord link directly, you can go to yieldguild.io, which is just a teaser site. It's our placeholder site, but it has all of our social links there. I've been told just kanina that the Discord links in that particular article are dead. Somehow I didn't set them to never expire. So go to the website yieldguild.io, and at the bottom you will see basically everything happens from the Discord. This is where our potential scholars come in, that are applying for the scholarship. This is where actually Sinakuku, they do you do KYC of potential scholars to see if they are potential fits with the guild. So they
Wow.
actually do video call to make sure that it's a unique identity. People aren't trying to abuse the system of earning in Axie Infinity, and then that's where people get trained. So yeah, so everything is happening in our Discord.
In a scholarship, in a traditional scholarship program, there's usually parang you want to check that the person that you are awarding the scholarship to has parang quote unquote potential, right? Like do you do anything like that? Like where you determine if they I don't know actually how you would do that. Like how would you determine if someone is a good fit?
Well, siguro just basically, I mean, basic questions lang like if this is your first time to play Axie, we prefer kasi, syempre, yung mga first timers for onboarding sa game. If may experience ka naman, we want to make sure na wala kang problema sa past na manager mo, wala kang record, and you're not playing any other account. Kasi there are people that are applying for multiple scholarship programs. So we want to avoid that para at least maiwasan din maban yung mga Axies for multi-accounting. So, and then we
Right.
just add
So,
their IDs, just basic IDs,
Yeah.
barangay IDs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in other words, your goal with that parang interview is mostly just to make sure that their identity is real.
Yeah.
But you're not trying to determine parang I was actually driving more towards like yung aptitude, I guess, like player skill or something like that. Wala pa, no? Like it doesn't sound like that's what you're looking for yet.
Well, for me, may factor din yun. Siyempre, mas maganda rin, respectful din yung approach sa'yo. I have this, like, mga instances na mga pinipeke nila yung IDs. You know, someone sent me
What?
an 11-year-old I mean 11-year-old na ID. Tapos, yung nagpicture mo akong 19 years old.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So,
Okay.
you know, you'll determine kung sino yung mga nagloloko or yung mga nagtatry lang na, you know, gawin ng
Okay.
kalokohan just to earn. But we try to avoid that para at least malinis din yung record nung program. Maiwasan din
Right.
namin yung mga ban axes kasi we're you know, lending out these axes for them to play.
So if your Axies get banned, then you can't use them anymore. No, that's what that
Yeah.
means. So the risk is actually on you guys. Na you could lose some of your assets. Okay, all right,
Correct.
I get it.
Yeah, the ban is temporary naman, and they are NFTs, so you don't actually lose the Axies, but that means that they cannot be used in the game and earned in SLP. So kumbaga nakagarahe lang sila for the
Right,
time that they're
right.
banned, which is bad for us.
So if you're a budding team manager like Justin David or a budding Axie player like Mark Vernon, I guess Mark Vernon doesn't really need a scholarship, but but like if Justin wanted to get involved with YGG, is there a role for team manager type things or like how would that work?
So we actually have a role called scholarship managers, and Kookoo is one of them. And the goal of the scholarship managers are people with their own community that basically have the aptitude to be able to recruit and train people to earn SLP. So in a traditional scholarship program, it's something like 70% goes to the farmer and then 30% goes to the manager. But they have to buy their Axies, breed them, do all of the transfers, pay for all of the gas. So with us, it's 70% still goes to the scholar or the farmer, 20% goes to the manager, and 10% goes to the guild. But in exchange for the lower percentage, the managers basically do not have to deal with the back end overhead of keeping track of everyone's accounts, buying the Axies, breeding them, because that takes a significant amount of overhead as well.
Nice.
And yeah, so that's managed via our technology, our smart contract. So that's part of the service that we offer as a guild.
Nice. Okay. So I was told that there would be an Axie raffle from YGG, and I think that there might have been one from Tag Cash as well. Am I going to start drawing for that? I mean, I could switch to the raffle view now. Actually, but tell us what you guys are giving away first. Gabby, did you want to go first? Like, and maybe just let us know what you guys are doing.
Okay, so what I'll give away is basically a team of 3 Axies so that somebody can get
Whoa.
started. So this is worth somewhere between maybe 7,500 to 10,000 pesos. And usually we just give
Whoa.
away 1, but
Wow.
I think we want to give away 3 so that someone can get started. Yeah, I would prefer that the person receiving this doesn't have a team yet. Pero let's see. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, sige. So,
Kumbaga, kung si Kookoo yung manalo, baka bawiin ko yung prize.
Pamimigay ko rin.
yeah. Well, I will say also that Kookoo can't actually win because he's been on the show like 3 or 4 times. So one of the rules is that if you've been on the show, you can't win anymore. The good news is that we have 165 names in the raffle right now. So that's a lot. So the chances that Kookoo is going to win is 1 in 165. Very low, very low. So here we go. I'm gonna do the raffle now for a full 3 Axie team from Gabby Dizon and YGG. Thanks very much, Gabby. Here we go. Okay, so BJ Rams has definitely won at least once. Now, I am going to wait for him to tell me honestly if he has won more than twice, though, because I'm pretty sure I've seen this name more than once. In the meantime, while we're waiting for him to tell us, Mark Vernon, what are you going to be giving away?
Another chop suey.
Okay. Do you have like an image of what that looks like? And I still don't completely understand exactly what
I
that
showed you
is.
last time, but
Oh, is it exactly the same?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Basically, a chop suey Axie, we call it chop suey because of mixed parts from different
Yeah,
classes.
okay.
I'll show you a picture
okay.
on screen when I get it up. Yeah, because this is my. Oh, I can't see it. You can see this is my screen, and yeah, that's
Okay.
what I usually play Overwatch.
Nice.
But I'm just getting up on
okay.
my other screen.
That wasn't Pornhub, by the way, that you just saw.
No, that was
Yeah.
Overwatch. I play Overwatch and Fortnite. So
Well, yeah, Pornhub on a 49-inch curved screen that's a sight to behold. Okay, so BJ Rams, thank you for being honest. So he just posted and he said that this would be his third time to win. So okay, so we're gonna redraw. And by the way, guys, I'm really proud of the BloomCast community because people are actually being honest and they're actually telling us when they've won more than twice.
Awesome.
So thanks for being honest, BJ. Don't forget, this whole thing resets naman next year. So if you win next year, we're just gonna pretend that no one has won again, right? So that's gonna be fine. Okay, so I'm gonna redraw one more time for Gabby's three Axie team. Here we go. Oh my god, I'm pretty sure this guy has also won.
I can't see it. Where is it?
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
that's
no,
good.
really? Share screen.
Oh,
Hold
redraw.
on. Here. Yeah, HJ Galang has definitely won more than twice. So one more. Man, I just said that we had 165 names. I can't believe that we're gonna do this again. Okay, here we go. Hopefully this is a new name this time.
Dude. What?
What?
Dude. So this guy just won last week. He won Mark Vernon's
Oh.
Hey, okay, so I'm gonna let you guys decide. So John Fernando has won once. He's won once. He won last week. He won Mark's Axie. So do we award this team to him?
He'll give
do you
it
think?
away. Hey, John,
Yes.
give it away.
What do you think? Like I mean it's kind of medyo on the I'm on the fence about this one because technically he can still win one more time. So this is it. It's just that it's funny because he won the Axie last
The
week
same
also.
thing last year.
Yeah.
Last week.
Yeah, then
Yeah. I mean, pasok naman, diba? Right? So okay, so I think we'll probably accept that. So John Fernando, congratulations! You now have 4 Axies. Wow! Holy crap! That is.
So just go to the YGG Discord server and you can DM me from there.
Okay, so
John is YGG.
did you guys put the link?
Oh,
Did
YGG
you guys
na yan.
put?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, cool. All right, so you guys worry about that na ha, because I'm not gonna be able to message him directly. Okay, so John Fernando, your Axies are waiting for you in the YGG Discord server. You lucky devil, you now have more than you need to get your team started. Okay, last draw of the night. Mark Vernon, I'm praying that the random comment picker actually gives us a random name this time instead of a name that we've already drawn. So here we go. I'm going to give this a shot one more time. All right. How many? Wait, just to check if we've got any more names. We have 185 names now. Okay, geez, if we still get a double now, I don't know what's gonna happen. So 185 names for one winner for Mark's Chop Suey Axie prize. Here we go. New name, Zoe Mulato. Congratulations, Zoe. You are the winner of the final prize for tonight. Just put that name right there so we know. And Zoe, please message me after this chat. after the stream, so we can contact you and we can get your prize to you.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'll be-
there it
I'll-
is.
I'll- there you
Nice.
go.
Wow.
Nice. Okay. All right. Cool. Awesome.
Cuckoos. You can't see anything that much. I mean,
What is the
really
dollar?
detail.
I can see
What's
it's
the
bamboo clan and sponge and then yam. I can see the mouth.
Okay. It looked
It's
like a
it's
block.
a bird. It's got gecko, sponge, cactus, small, frill, herbivore, and yam.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
It looked like a blob to me, but thank you for explaining what
that's
that
a chop
was.
suey, right? That's a chop suey.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. Paylance has not been able to join us, but like I'm just gonna. I don't know what happened to Paulo. I hope that things are okay, but we were waiting for him to join. But anyway, I'll just do a quick shout out to Paylance. They've been a big partner of Bloom in 2020, and actually even the years before that. They were supposed to come on and just hang out with us tonight, but like I don't think he's around. But anyway, if you are looking for BTC PHP wallet and exchange in the Philippines, check out paylance.com. They're a trusted partner of Bloom and actually some of the other crypto companies in the Philippines. Okay, predictions, and then we're done for this episode, guys. The Bloom guys, me and Justin and Ramon, we've already done our predictions from last episode. So I mostly wanted to talk to Gabby, Kookoo, Mark, if you've got one also. Any other predictions for 2021 in your respective parts of the industry? Kookoo, with you specifically, if you have something, prediction about Axie, something like that. What do you guys think? Where do you think the industry is heading next year? What's the big milestone that you're looking for?
Milestone-wise, I think the Axie community total right now actually has had incredible growth. I think there's over 20,000 people now who are playing Axie Infinity. I think we'll see a play-to-earn audience of at least 100,000 people this year, and that would be a really, really huge achievement. Probably not only Axie, of course, there will be other games also. But I think we're really gonna see the further growth of play to earn, especially in countries like Philippines, Indonesia, parts of Latin America. Yeah.
Is YGG going to be like supporting all of those other regions? That's a cross-cultural challenge, no?
Well, our approach is very community driven. So this is why we do not recruit the scholars ourselves. We rely on community managers like Kookoo, like Shanks, who is from Davao, like Clerk, who is from Indonesia. So we actually provide the back-end tech and kind of the Discord tools, and later on the website that you'll be able to do this. So the key for us is really finding these community people that know how to recruit, how to basically find the people who will play and grow the communities from there. This is really how we will grow going forward.
Okay, I got dropped for some reason there.
Yeah,
Sorry
you're
about
okay.
that, guys. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. I kind of missed what Gabby was saying, but like I did get that you were kind of doing things from a community driven. How's that going? Does anyone
Internet
still
problems
see
sa
me?
La Union.
Yeah, man. It turns out that the internet here is not as stable as I thought it was gonna be. Oh well, who'd have thought? Anyway, okay, so I'm gonna turn off my camera na lang muna siguro just to kind of keep it stable. Okay. Anyway, so sige, Kookoo, predictions for 2021.
Yeah, blockchain games will be more popular than. I mean, it's going to catch up with the mainstream, of course, because the difference is community driven, and people are also earning side income. Yung iba full time income na. So the story will spread, especially in countries like the Philippines. So I'm excited for that, and I'm looking forward for another, blockchain conference with you guys. I mean,
Nice.
pwedeng sa La Union, pwedeng ulit dito sa Cebu.
Mas mura yung conference venues dito sa La Union. That's all I can say. So, yeah. Sure. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Mark Vernon, any other predictions for 2021?
Well, I see a 50K Bitcoin at the end of the year, and maybe more, but that's conservative. On the NFT side, I can see maybe the first $1 million NFT sale during the year.
Yep.
Probably for art, something to do with that.
Not that far away.
Yeah, I
far
mean
away.
we're already at $770,000, right? So
Yeah.
it's pretty close now. Yeah.
Gabby's the one that got me into NFTs a long time ago. You remember that, Gabby?
Yeah, I do remember. It was that conference where you spoke
Yeah.
with Paul. That's right.
And so I've been playing around with that for a long time, but now because my platforms, Takash and Miskio's apps as a service, so it allows you to create apps very quickly in Flutter. So I want games created in Flutter, and then I'm creating the base structure for creating NFTs, and I just want people to create games on top of that. Because I play games, but I'm not very imaginative. I can't come up with the gameplay. So I want others to come for that, and I'll be doing that through hackathons and so on. So it'd be nice to stay in touch with Gabby, and just so he can keep me on the rails and say,
Of course, I saw that you joined the YGG server already. So that's a great way to kind of keep in touch. Maybe maybe Takash can sponsor one of our tournaments.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I like tokenomics, so I want to be able to figure out the right way, because Axie showed us the way. Showed us how we can make money, especially for places like in Africa where I want to see that grow a bit more, Philippines and so on. But Axie's not going to be the first, and I would like to be part of that. Part of the teams that create something new. But I don't want to create the games myself. I'll maybe do one or two, but it's a lot of work creating games. And like I said, I don't have the imagination. I'm too old for that. So I'll just put the structure in place and financing to finance other people to create stuff.
Nice. Justin, David, Ramon Tayag, any other additional predictions for 2021 from you guys?
And don't forget Ethereum at 1,000.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's got it at least.
That
at
seems
least.
kind of inevitable.
No
with where we
additional
are now.
from me.
Yeah, at least.
I hope so. I'm still sitting on a pile of Ethereum I bought. I swapped it from Bitcoin, some Bitcoin to Ethereum, and it's lagging behind now.
Ramon Tayag, any predictions?
One, or you want me to go?
His
Hold on,
not
I
on
heard
mute.
Okay, so this is probably going to become really late because I think I'm lagging now, right? But I think so. Bitcoin will at least hit 250,000 each, and then a public Philippine company will buy Bitcoin and add to their treasury.
Wow, public company.
How are things going, guys?
Static.
Yeah. Okay.
Good.
I guess nothing
All
came
good.
in. Yeah, I'm hearing static.
Yeah.
Huh.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I'll try again. So I think Bitcoin. I'm gonna go a bit crazy here. Each one will hit $250,000 for a while. I don't think it'll sustain there. And then I think a publicly traded Philippine company will add it to their treasury as well.
Wow. That's a very ambitious prediction there. Justin, David, anything?
Sorry, everybody hear me?
Yes.
Cool. So yeah, no, same as what we said last time. I think again next year's Bitcoin price, to be reminding everybody, will hit an all-time high, which won't be seen again for another 3 years. Reminding everybody of that sort of historical pattern for Bitcoin. So if there's a time to sell, and if you've been hodling for at least a year, next year would be a time to take profit, and then the next year to buy into a hodl position again would be the following year, so 22. Because traditionally, the following year after the all-time high year is where we find the lowest retracement again, and then we start to go back again. So the cycle just repeats. So take some profit next year, guys, if you're just to see that it's real money. That's what I always remind people.
Hard-earned lesson yata yan.
I know. So hear me.
Okay. I seem to be experiencing some pretty bad internet connection issues right now.
Is it better?
No, I don't think it's you. I think it's me. I think it's on my side. But like,
Okay.
yeah.
The last thing I just wanted to say, I think the other thing that I'm predicting will happen next year is there'll be some government move, pushback. If we're in like a struggle between changing of the guard in terms of our next monetary system, I think next year we'll see a pushback from the side that's going to lose eventually. So it's either some sort of tax revolution here in the Philippines or some sort of strictening of KYC process. I think we'll start to hear more and perhaps even see something like that happen next year. Just because it's getting more and more valuable.
Yeah.
The government's going to want to supply.
Yeah. Okay.
I wonder if the government will accept small love potions as official currency.
That sounds like an exciting 2021.
Yeah. I mean, I think Pornhub will be first before the Philippine government. So yeah, we have that to look forward to. Okay, so before my internet connection drops out on me one more time, let's do our goodbyes now, just to make sure that everyone gets a chance to do it. Kookoo Crypto, you've joined us many times over the last few months, representing the Axie Infinity community. Let us know where people can find you and your work on the internet so they can follow you.
If someone is interested to know more about Axie Infinity, they can join our Facebook group. It's Axie Infinity Philippines Community Guide, and they can watch my tutorial videos in YouTube and read my articles in Medium. So just search Kookoo Crypto TV.
It's just us now. Can anyone still see? Are we still on?
He's just rejoining.
What have I missed?
Yeah,
I thought if you drop out, we hope we all drop out.
No. The show
okay.
goes on.
Okay.
Gabby Dizon, where can people find more of you and YGG?
Yieldguild.io. Pero actually, pag hanapin nyo si Kookoo, mahahanap nyo rin yung YGG. So,
Nice.
pwede na rin hanapin nyo si Kookoo.
Nice. Okay, we're definitely going to hear more from Kookoo and YGG next year for sure. And please keep us updated with what you guys are doing. Mark Vernon, I was not able to let you do a proper sign-off last episode, so take as much time as you want this time.
No worries. That'll be quick. I'm on various Discord channels, Crypto PH hash, and just joined Yield Guild so I could learn more and do stuff. And then on Telegram is Mark Vernon. And as usual on Facebook, you can get hold of me in various places. If you want to chat to me about financing your next little startup, then let me know.
Thank you very much, Mark Vernon, and thank you for Tag Cash for constantly sponsoring the show. Justin David, for the final time in 2020, please take us out.
All right, guys. Great to be with you throughout the whole year. Can't believe it's been a year. You can check out more of Bloom on bloom.solutions or get in touch with us on our Facebook community page and Telegram. Until then, stay safe, have a good Christmas, and buy that freaking bit.
Nice. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching the BloomCast. Sorry about the technical difficulties in the last few minutes. So this is us signing out for 2020. We'll be back January 19th with a fresh set of sponsors and prizes and lots of interesting news. Hopefully, we'll see you on the other side of $20,000 next year. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We'll see you in a few weeks. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Merry Christmas, everyone.